Welcome back everybody. Today we'll be talking about scales because all reptiles do have them, as you might know, and there are also different scales, basically those that you feel easy and those that are more smooth to the touch. And in this video I'm going to explain a little bit about that. You might be curious how it feels like touching a reptile. Spoiler alert, it really feels amazing, and if you ever get the chance to do so, I would definitely recommend doing that. So let's begin with the smooth scaled reptiles. Basically like this Chinese water dragon. They have very smooth skin. You can hardly feel the segments between the scales, or you cannot feel them at all really. And they have a very nice soft touch to them. And here you can definitely see that I know what I'm talking about because I kept them in the past. Awesome animals to have, as are chameleons, I'm sure. Never kept them myself, but many of you might. So you might explain to us whether there's a major difference, like the way they feel, basically difference between a water dragon or an iguana to a chameleon. I really would like to know that, but I can imagine they're rather similar in that regard. What a bird feels like, on the other hand, I can definitely explain, because I, as you can see here, keep one myself, and I also kept another bird, a python, back in Australia. So definitely love them and really am fascinated by their beauty and grace. And here you can clearly see the different segments, the little bubbles that are close to each other, and you can definitely not feel those different parts, but very nice to the touch. Here we have a blue-tongued skink, which I'm rather familiar with because back in Brisbane we had one in our backyard. Their skin feels very much like the one of a corn snake, a classic most of you are familiar with, I reckon. They are very smooth and silky and rather soothing. Another classic definitely are garter snakes. Their scales are slightly rougher, but still smooth and very similar to those of grass snakes you might know out of Europe. Leopard geckos, on the other hand, have watered skin, which you can definitely feel. Also, it is plated, so rather tough, surprisingly so. A form of scales most of you probably never have felt before are the keeled ones. So with most vipers, rattlesnakes, and also this horned viper here, for example, there is a way of knowing what it feels like with keeled scales, and this is by touching a hognose snake, such as my no rattle you might have seen in one of my other videos, and they also have keeled scales. It feels very nice. You definitely feel the skin. It is rough to the touch, but not that it hurts or anything. Very, very nice indeed. And then there are reptiles that feel exactly the way you expect them to, such as tortoises and turtles, very much like a rock. Another great animal to be around are crocodilians. Awesome to just swim with and enjoy, if you are Croc Dundee, that is. They very much feel like a mixture between a leopard gecko and a blue-tongued skink. Just like the salty I held, also their American cousins, the alligators, are better left alone though. If you haven't already, also check out our other videos, and should you have any questions, always let us know. We're happy chatting with you in the comments. And if you like what you just saw, make sure to hit that like button, also the subscribe button, as well as the bell not to miss any future videos. You can also follow the Reptigate's journey on Instagram for even more awesome content.